Let's dive straight into the latest royal crisis, because honestly, the way these tabloids operate, you'd think someone set off a fire alarm inside Kensington Palace. The headlines alone feel like they were written by someone who hasn't slept since 1998. Every outlet is screaming the same storyline like it's a national emergency. Prince William furious over Harry and Meghan's use of royal titles, or William not coping well with Australia trip rumours. And I'm sitting here like, really? This is the thing stressing out the future king? This is the catastrophe keeping him up at night? Not global issues, not climate change, not declining monarchy approval ratings. No, it's Harry and Meghan possibly visiting Australia in 2026. Maybe, potentially, hypothetically, allegedly. Because apparently William wakes up every morning, grabs his royal breakfast, checks the news, sees Harry and Meghan smiling somewhere on planet Earth, and immediately flips a table. At this point, I'm convinced he has a dedicated stress ball that simply says, Meghan. Let's unpack this beautiful train wreck. So, the rumour is that Harry and Meghan might visit Australia sometime in 2026. There is no confirmation, no official announcement, not even a casual "see you soon" from Meghan's group chat. But the UK tabloids heard a vague breeze coming from direction Australia and immediately declared DEFCON-level royal chaos. You'd think Meghan had already touched down in Sydney, stepping off the plane like Beyoncé, while Harry waved dramatically from the doorway. But no, nothing has happened. The tabloids simply made it up like they always do. Printed the fiction, sprinkled anxiety on top, and served it hot to William. Now the palace's favourite recycled dramatic plotline. They're using their titles. Ah, yes, the titles the royal family allowed them to keep. The titles they didn't ask for. The titles that still legally exist. The titles that the palace threatens to take away every 2 months, like a parent saying, "I'm turning this car around," and never actually doing it. Let's be real, they're never stripping those titles, because if the royal family actually did it, it would look so petty the monarchy would instantly crumble into dust like an ancient ruin. It would confirm every criticism Harry and Meghan have ever shared. And that's one PR disaster even the palace's crisis team can't spin into something elegant. Here's the real tea. The panic is not about titles, not even close. William's blood pressure spikes at the idea of Harry and Meghan stepping onto Australian soil and being greeted like rock stars. Because, historically, that's exactly what happens. Let's revisit the 2018 Australian tour, the moment the monarchy reportedly cracked like a cheap teacup. People loved them. Crowds screamed for them. Meghan announced her pregnancy and the whole world even asking. And don't forget Colombia, another massive win. Another example of the world embracing them with open arms, while the royal family sat in the UK like, and pretended it wasn't happening. So when William hears whispers that Harry and Meghan might be invited to Australia again, the palace alarms start ringing like a microwave someone forgot to stop. The thought of crowds cheering, cameras flashing, government officials shaking their hands warmly. Oh, the horror, the monarchy's worst nightmare, Harry and Meghan being liked. Again, globally, naturally, without the Sussexes travel anywhere, crowds show up, cameras show up, happiness shows up, smiles appear out of nowhere. Children dance, dogs bark joyfully, birds sing. The weather blames Harry for wanting to protect his own life. Make it make sense. Here's why this hypothetical trip is causing royal heartburn. Australia is a Commonwealth country. If they welcome Harry and Meghan warmly, it sends a message the palace absolutely does not want floating around. We respect them, we value them, we like them. And that's the problem, because popularity equals influence, and influence equals power, and power equals William sweating through his royal suit jacket. Every single time the Sussexes do something positive, the UK media turns it into a crisis. Every single time a country welcomes them, the palace panics. Every single time they smile somewhere, a royal insider mysteriously leaks a temper tantrum on William's behalf. Yet, despite all that, Harry and Meghan thrive. They're living, they're glowing, they're booked, busy, loved, and unbothered. Meanwhile, the monarchy's PR feels like it's being run by someone juggling flaming swords while blindfolded. Let's keep it real. Harry and Meghan don't need a palace to matter. They don't need titles to make an impact. They don't need royal approval to change lives. Their shine is natural, consistent, global, and unstoppable. And that, more than any rumour, any title, any trip, is the thing that rattles the monarchy the most. So, if William is pacing around Kensington Palace, stressing about Australia 2026, maybe he should take a deep breath, drink some chamomile tea, and accept reality. Harry and Meghan will always shine. And there is absolutely nothing, not a title, not a tabloid, not a tantrum, that can dim that. Hi there, my name is Given, proud Harry and Meghan supporter. I hope you enjoyed Selina's wonderfully chaotic breakdown of today's royal meltdown. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that button before you go. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.